Let's see. Okay, yep, we are recording, and so go ahead for the camera. Introduce yourself. Tell us your
Okay.
full name and your title, and
I'm Mike Hicks. Am I looking at the camera?
just look at me and talk. Just
All
relax.
right, so I'm Mike Hicks, president of Best Promotions USA in Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's who I am.
Okay. So, Mike, tell us about what was your childhood like? Like, where did you grow up?
Okay, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Texas, in a small home. It was just me and my sister, and the town of 5,000 people in East Texas. And, we played outside. We didn't have video games. We had like 3 channels on TV, so it was pretty simple. Played outside a lot, walked around, shot BB guns in the woods, things like that.
Where is Pittsburgh located?
Pittsburgh's about 2 hours east of Dallas.
Okay. So, what was your first car that you drove when?
The first car I had when I was 16 was a 1971 Chevy pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah, pea green and white.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was used. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did that last?
Maybe about 6 or 7 months.
Oh wow. What,
Yeah.
What happened? What went wrong with it?
I don't remember what went wrong. I just ended up in a 1977 or 8 Toyota Celica.
Did you like
I
that
think it was the
more?
gas. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing just wouldn't run, and the carburetor had all kinds of problems. And then we went with the Celica, and it was a little quicker and faster, which was fun.
Didn't get any accidents or
No accidents.
No
No, I
accidents.
didn't total it or flip it over a bunch of times or anything.
So, tell me, what kind of sports did you play while you were in school, like high school and growing up?
Football,
Mhm.
basketball, and golf, basically. Played a little of baseball
Mhm.
growing up, but then after I was about 12, I just knew it wasn't for me.
Didn't take to it.
No, it was too scary.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what was your educational background like? Like, what did you do in high school?
Went to high school and wasn't a very good student. Didn't understand why I was ever in school. Hated to go to school. Was a C student pretty much, and but I was a class favorite. I was a class president, and I was always really good, like with people and teachers and so forth. So I think I made better grades than I really earned.
Were you a class clown?
Not really a class clown. I was more of I was quieter,
Mm-hmm.
but no, I wouldn't say a class clown.
Kind of just waited for the perfect moment to. Put
Yeah,
something
but I
in.
was always a teacher's favorite.
Okay. And then, what did you go to college for?
I went to college. I always wanted to be a banker, and so I went to college and ended up getting a degree in finance because my father was in banking, my uncle was in banking, so I just thought I needed to be a banker.
Family-
I just
family
thought I was
tradition.
supposed to be a banker, and I did become a banker later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after you graduated college, you went and became a banker.
Well, I was a C student at best in college,
Mhm.
and it wasn't until late in college where I kind of got my stride and realized that I had to work hard for grades and actually show up and perform. And so I ended up with a very mediocre GPA, and so I couldn't get hired, after college at all. I mean, I was white and average, and at that time, there was just no way I could get hired at a good job. So I ended up night stocking in a grocery store for about a year and a half right after college, and then my aunt was working for Texas Commerce Bank in Dallas, which is Chase Bank in Dallas now, and she got me a job just entry level, and like punching a 10 key. We didn't have computers back then. I was punching a 10 key calculator, adding up checks all day long, and
Jeez.
so that's how I got into banking.
Okay, so how did you end up in the koozie business?
Well, I worked for Texas Commerce Bank about 3 years.
Mhm.
I worked my way up there, became a credit analyst, and there was an internal opening for a job. And I applied for it, and I just talked my way into the job.
Mhm.
And they usually hired like SMU or University of Texas, MBAs, 4.0 students. And they said they needed a guy that had been tapping kegs every night. They needed to switch it up a little bit. So they hired me, which was perfect. And I ended up working circles around everybody. I got things done where other people couldn't get things done. And so I was the first out of that group to get promoted into the real estate lending department. I worked there a while, and I realized that banking wasn't for me. It was going to be a long, long way before you could make any real money. And I reached out to my uncle at this point, and he knew a guy that just started a business down in Belton, Texas, a couple hours south of here, north of Austin, about 60 miles.
Okay.
And he had just started a business, and he was doing mugs,
Mhm.
like ceramic mugs and so forth. And he just started doing koozies, the old style koozies,
Foam,
not the
foam
big
insulated,
kind,
yeah, the big
right?
fat ones, yeah.
And And so that's how I got in the koozie business. So I had a relative get me in, a referral at Texas Commerce Bank, and then a relative referred me to another guy that got me to learn the koozie business. Okay. And I worked for him for 7 years.
And then why did you branch out and open up your own company? What made you want to open up?
Well, I got fired. So I spent the first 7 years of my career at the company down in Belton. Mm-hmm. And then that was a very nepotistic company. And so I left there, instrumented the purchase of a company which I became president of with some investors out of New York. Mm-hmm. Ran that company for 10 years, and then we sold it. And after we sold it, I was going to work for the new owners for a while, but after about a month, it just didn't work out, and thankfully they fired me. And that was after 10 years of building a company going from, about $1 million in sales to $24 million in sales. So wow. Having built all those sales over those years and knowing all those customers, it was perfect timing when they fired me and I had no contracts to leave and start my own thing. So after they fired me, it was great because we had no contracts. It wasn't great at the time because I didn't know what I was going to do. Mm-hmm. But customers started calling me going, "Hey, are you going to start a company?" I was like, "Hey, I guess so." And so I ended up starting a company.
So how did you come up with the name Best Promotions USA?
I was looking for names, mm-hmm. and I didn't see. I went through our company, our industry register, and I started looking at names. There weren't any best. Mm-hmm. And then I realized also, like, my son's name is Braden, and I have Emily, and then I have Sarah, and my wife is Teresa. And I was like, hey, Best would be a good name. It's my family's names, and there's not any like in our industry, so that's why I took it.
Okay. And then how did you come up with your slogan, the home of championship service?
When I started the company, we just wanted to be great. We wanted to be like the place you could go to and you could be counted on, and that you could perform, that you get the job done. And I think I was reading a book by John Wooden at the time, and he had this theme that was that his players would tap, like when they would go out to practice or games, and it would just say, "Be a champion today," or "I have the heart of a champion today." So I kind of copied that, and that's what we do here. That's how I came up with it.
So when did you open Best again?
It was in June of 2007. And
then you opened up another warehouse.
Well, we started the company just in one small building in Forney, and then as we kept growing, we would lease additional buildings, and so we started in that one little building, and it was only like 5,000 square feet, and then we leased another building of 5,000 square feet, and then another building of like 10,000 square feet, and that's kind of how we started.
Okay, and then where do you see Best in 5 years and 10 years and so on and so forth?
I see us growing a lot. I mean, significantly. I think we're going to have a lot more space, a lot more room. We're going to have a lot more people. I see us successful. I see us as a company you really want to work for. And I hope with a real edge towards the championship service and quality products.
Okay. So what does a president and CEO do in his free time?
What I should be doing is playing golf and some other things, but what I find that I do is just relax with the family, work on things around the home. I do fish some. I love to bass fish and go back to East Texas and do some of that.
What's the biggest fish you ever caught?
It's about 6 pounds. It's not real impressive.
No.
I know.
Avid fisher, not...
I mean, I'd say I'm an avid fisher. Yeah, I enjoy it because there's no pressure. And I think that's why I gravitated to it. For years, I'd play golf on weekends, and then that just became too much work, and it's just too depressing. But you can't really screw up fishing very often.
No, go have it.
I mean, I do screw it up, but but there's no pressure, right? I mean, you're right.
It's just simple. Go out, throw a line. What else do you like to do in your free time?
That's about it. I like to work. I like to just hang out. I like to watch sports. I love football. I love basketball.
Who's some of your favorite teams?
Love the Cowboys. I just love the game in general. Mm-hmm. And I'll watch anything. I mean, I'll watch golf. I'll watch tennis. I mean, I love college basketball. Mm-hmm. And love baseball. Love to watch the Rangers. So that's good.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.
So what is one of your favorite products here that you produce at Best Promotions?
My favorite product, of all time, is like just a regular 4-color process coolie. You put a can in it, you put a bottle in it. It's really our number one seller. It's between this and 1-color stuff, which would be. Let me grab this if you don't mind. would be something like this. Would be like a screen printed one color. But this has been, screen printing's been going on for 50 years, 60 years. And dye sub is, 4-color process, digital print, and it lasts forever. You can wash it. So these are awesome, and I love these. And I also love one of our new products is this 32-ounce beer mug. And so we put a 4-color process transfer on it, both sides. It's just, it's a really great product. I mean, the other thing I like about it, it's not a pennies product. This, we make pennies on. This is a little bit different. So this is a lot of fun, and it fits our line with drinkware, and we're glad to be offered these now.
Alrighty, well, thank you.
All right. Yeah, you can just put that in there.
Yeah.
And now you're over 10.